This blueprint has helped me go from 0 to over 20,000 subscribers in about 2 years with no help from a production team and without spending a dime on ads. So whether you're just starting or you've been stuck on that 500, 600, 700, even 1,000 subscriber mark, this video is for you. I'm gonna break this video down into 5 sections. So this is everything we're gonna talk about in this video. First off, I'm gonna talk about niches and whether you should or should not have one. Then we're gonna talk about the importance of your hook the first few seconds of your video. Then I will share the 3 V's of a great video, the power of titles and thumbnails, why consistency is key on this platform, and lastly, I will touch on equipment, software, and those physical things that you might need in order to get started. All right, so first up, let's talk about niches. Do you need one? Are they important? And what even is a niche? Basically, a niche is a specialized segment within a market, and niches go for anything in a business or service. So it could be that you sell, Etsy products, and your niche within Etsy is cat mugs or something like that. Or maybe you are a fitness health coach and you really like to specialize on moms who are freshly postpartum. That would be your niche, postpartum moms within the health industry. So that's kind of what a niche is. It's a specialized type of market or specialized product or specialized type of customer that you're trying to service. Now, when it comes to YouTube videos, the question is, do you really need a niche in order to have a successful channel? Well, I can lend a little bit of personal anecdote here because when I started my channel back in 2023, I made a little bit of everything. I did book reviews, I did what I eat in a day, I did work out with me, I did financial literacy type of topics, and honestly my channel was all over the place. While that's not necessarily a bad thing, I was trying to touch on a lot of different topics. I think where it ended up hurting me was the fact that when somebody would come to my channel to watch a video or see what my channel was about, they would probably be pretty confused on what even the topic of my channel is. So let's say you found my channel from my side hustles video that really popped off and went viral, then you come to my channel and you see a lot more like vlog style content. That person may not be interested in subscribing to my channel because the video that they saw me from is not actually what my channel is about. So that's where I think having a specialized niche actually comes in pretty handy because it gives people an idea of what they can expect, what types of videos that you make, so that when they do come to your channel and they see what kind of videos you make, it actually makes sense and they're more inclined to subscribe because they just like that type or topic of video. So I will say that kind of backfired on me because I had that exact scenario. I had people finding me from this side hustles, financial literacy type of video, but I wanted to make more vlogs. And because of that, when I started to make more vlogs, those videos didn't perform well because majority of my subscribers actually really cared about that financial literacy topic. Now, if you're not sure how to pick a niche or what you want to make videos about, I would think about what type of person you're making your videos for or what type of problem you're trying to solve. For example, with my channel, I'm trying to help other people that have also lost a job through being laid off or what have you, find new ways to make money or find ways to save money with what they have. So my problem that I'm solving for them is essentially making money, saving money, etc. Another way to think about this is who is the person that you're making your video for? Maybe it is for a working mom, maybe it is for a stay-at-home dad. I don't know, these are just examples because this is relevant to my life, but think about the type of person that you're trying to help with your videos. And by thinking of that person, it'll help you understand maybe what they need help with. Maybe they just need some entertainment, some background noise. Maybe they need help figuring out how to cook healthy recipes for their family. So think about that person and what problem you're solving for them. And a little pro tip I have here is to try and test maybe 3 to 5 different video styles, video topics within your niche. Once you've figured it out, then start looking at what is performing well within those videos, what has the highest search amount, what has the highest engagement, and continue to make videos more similar to the ones that are working well for you. All right, now that you've figured out your niche, move on to step number 2, which is mastering the first 10 seconds, aka the hook. If you want to be successful on YouTube, you have to understand the importance of the first 10 seconds. Somebody's going to click on your video, and if they're not immediately drawn in by what you're talking about, they're going to scroll, they're going to move on to the next video. A few ways that you can do this is you can use a problem solution format. For example, this video will save you 10 hours per week, and it all starts with your morning routine. Boom. They're hooked. Or another way that you can hook somebody is with a really powerful question. Here are a few examples. What if one video could change your life? What would your life look like in 90 days if you actually stuck to your goals? What if the chaos in your home isn't from your kids, but it's actually from your daily routines? Okay, so these are just a few examples of kind of thought-provoking questions, but hopefully by posing a question in the first 10 seconds of the video, you capture your audience's attention right away and they want to continue watching. I think once you've mastered the power of a strong hook, that will help keep your audience retention, helping them ultimately watch your videos for longer. This is going to essentially snowball, have YouTube push out your videos more, because when they see that viewers are staying on your videos longer, they continue to push out this video to more viewers, and it creates this snowball effect of more and more views, more and more subscribers, etc. Step 3, the 3 V's of a great video. Every great video is going to have these 3 V's answered in them. So the first one is value. When you're creating a video and you want it to stick with your audience, think about how you are creating value for them. So I know that this might sound like you need to make like a how-to video or a tutorial or advice or something like that, but that's not always the case. This can also look like providing entertainment, just being intriguing for people. Not to call my husband out or anything, but he likes to watch a lot of YouTube videos where he's just watching people, you know, go camping or do these things, and he finds them really actually relaxing. He uses them as a way to kind of unwind from the end of his busy workday. So this is another way that YouTube videos can be used. It's not always for tutorials or how to do things, but the point is, regardless of what you're creating videos about, think about how it can add value to another person's life. I also have a vlog channel, and for my vlog channel, I'm not really as often focused on things like how to do this or advice or whatever, although I do sometimes make those videos within that channel, but majority of that channel is really just kind of days in my life and that type of thing. And with that channel, I'm really focused on providing relatability for other people, you know, a place for other moms, stay-at-home moms, working moms to connect with another person and know that they're not alone in whatever they're going through. So while I'm not providing value in the traditional like how-to sense, I'm providing value by essentially trying to be somebody's friend. The next V is visuals. This one is one that I admittedly am still working on, but what you want to do here with strong visuals is be dynamic. Change up the visuals of your video. This can be by doing things like zooming in, cropping in, zooming out, pop-up text, graphics, B-roll footage. All of those things are a really great way to keep your audience engaged. One way that I actually heard this from another YouTuber that I thought was really interesting is if you're just talking the entire time and not doing any graphics or anything like that, grabbing the viewer's attention, they might as well be listening to a podcast. So I like to make sure that there's lots of dynamic movement, if nothing else, at least, you know, text over the screen so that it kind of grabs people's attention a little bit more. And this is something that, again, I'm still working on, but I know that this is so important to a really great video. And the third V is voice. This is something that I personally feel like I've done pretty well on my channel, which is really just being relatable, being that relatable personality, you know, not trying to impress anybody with what you're doing, just being honest and being yourself. I think that I really try to, you know, be relatable as I can be honest and tell people what I'm going through, and also, you know, try not to speak robotically, use voice inflection as if you were talking to a friend. So all those things are really important and something that's going to help really make your video great. Next, let's talk about the power of titles and thumbnails. The reality is you could have the best video in the world, but nobody's going to click on it if your thumbnail sucks or if your title just doesn't make any sense. I like to think about it kind of like a movie poster. You know, it should tell a little bit of a story of what people should expect within your video. It should also create this bit of intrigue of like, I wonder what that person's going to talk about in this video. You know, it doesn't need to be, quote, clickbaity, but it should create this bit of intrigue in the person scrolling. It should make them stop scrolling on the YouTube homepage and make them want to click on your video. Again, you're going to want to create curiosity within your title as well. Do things that make them wonder what you're going to share, what you're going to talk about in the video. You can spark curiosity by doing things like, I tried waking up at 5 a.m. for 30 days. Here's what happened. Or something like, this AI tool just replaced my job. Those are both really interesting titles that people are going to be curious about and want to know more. I do think that simple thumbnails typically tend to do better unless you're more of a vlog channel. Vlog channels, I think, is a whole other thing. But what I do recommend doing is go and find other successful YouTubers within your niche and see what kinds of thumbnails and titles work really well for them, and try to incorporate some learnings from them onto your titles and thumbnails. All right, step 5 is consistency. I have talked about this on many of my YouTube tips, YouTube creation videos, because this is so important on this platform. You know, there have been hundreds of times where I have wanted to give up on my YouTube channel, feeling like it's just not making progress, it's not performing as well as I think it should or as well as I want it to. But when I look back over time, over the last 2 years, I am more consistently getting, you know, 1,000, 2,000, even 3,000 views on my videos than I was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, if I got 100 views, I was ecstatic. So it does feel really slow, but this platform I think is really built that way, where you need to be consistent and you need to be kind of dedicated, and over time the results will follow. I think my first video I ever posted, not great lighting. I don't think I did any editing really at all. I rambled a lot. It maybe didn't make the most sense, but the truth is that I kept showing up. I kept creating videos. I kept trying to learn how to be better, make better videos. And I truly think that YouTube rewards consistency and improvement rather than perfection. And ultimately, I think this is why I have continued to see growth, helped my channel grow to over 20,000 subscribers, and have been continuing to make money from this platform every single month since I got monetized. So if you're thinking about starting a channel, I would say just start making videos, start putting content out there, learn what is gonna work well for you, double down on the stuff that is working, watch other YouTubers, learn how to be better at videography, be better at capturing moments, be better at editing. Just try to take the time to learn and continue to put content out there. All right, lastly, I just wanted to quickly touch on equipment and software, because these are practical things that, you know, I was unsure of when I first started my channel. So I have talked about this in some other videos, but just want to talk about it briefly here. So first off, of course, you can start with filming on your phone. You don't need to go out and spend, you know, $2,000 on a nice camera. That is something that you can definitely consider doing down the line. But I definitely started out for probably the first 4 to 6 months just filming on my phone, because honestly, the quality was just fine. Even to this day, I still record bits and pieces of my B-roll a lot of times using my phone. So definitely leverage that. Leverage natural lighting. You are going to want some good natural lighting. I like to sit next to a window when I'm filming. Eventually, you can again invest in a ring light. I'll link the ring light that I use. I also will link a cheaper version that I started out with. Microphone. Again, this is not super necessary. Your iPhone does have a decent quality microphone, but you can always buy one of those as well. And then of course you're going to need some sort of like computer to upload your videos. And with that, I actually did already have a MacBook when I started my YouTube channel. And with that, iMovie is free. So I started editing my videos on iMovie. Eventually I did upgrade to Final Cut Pro, but all of this is to say that you don't need to go out and spend, you know, multiple thousands of dollars on fancy equipment, fancy lighting, a fancy microphone, editing software, etc. You can just start out by what is free, start building some momentum, get that consistency down, get down the learning, and over time you can start investing in some of these nicer pieces of equipment to help elevate your videos. I use Canva for a lot of my text overlays and for a lot of my graphics, as well as some of my B-roll footage. Canva does offer some royalty-free graphics and videos if you pay for their premium versions. For a low cost, you can use some of that B-roll footage. There's other B-roll platforms out there as well, but I do use Canva for a lot of my like text overlays and graphics and that type of thing. If you want background music, you're going to also need some royalty-free music, so I use Epidemic Sound for that. That is not free, unfortunately, but you also don't have to do background music. It's definitely more for like vloggers and that type of thing, so up to you on that one. But again, all that is to say that there's definitely free ways to get started with YouTube. You don't have to go out and spend tons of money to get started. So hopefully those few ideas help get you started. And if I could just leave you with one final piece of advice, don't wait for everything to be perfect. Just start, pick your niche, write a hook, and film your first video this week, whether that's using your iPhone or a camera if you already have one. Do some minimal edits, upload it, and continue to do this every single week, and I promise you, you will see momentum. But that's it. That's the blueprint. And just remember to be yourself. If you guys found this video useful, helpful, etc., please let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. And if you have any specific questions, drop them down in the comments. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have down there. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch up with you next time.